Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Goddess Guidance. It is me, your goddess, Hestia Aphrodite, the voice from the divine realm. If you are new to this channel, please be sure to like and subscribe so that I can know and that our community can know that, yeah, people change. People change. And in the words of my grandmother, you need to watch people. You need to watch people because some people change for the good. My goodness. Some people transform in a way in which their spirit, their aura, and even their physical body is unrecognizable because of the way in which they chose to heal themselves. And some people have changed for the worse. And they are unrecognizable in the spirit and in the flesh because of who they became. Yeah, unrecognizable. Their spirit is no longer in that bright, beautiful frequency in which you knew maybe a decade ago. All of the potential in which they had, for whatever reason, it seems as if they did not reach it or they did not meet it. And that happens, right? That happens. There are things in each and every one of our lives that we have hope that we have hope that we can accomplish. And maybe we didn't accomplish it for a gamut of reasons. One of those reasons could be we were not supposed to because it was not in accordance to our path. Honestly, that's the real reason why it did not happen. But unfortunately, some people have quote unquote failures or what is perceived as a failure and give up and become the victim. And they fold their hands and they say, well, I guess it wasn't meant for me, rather than thinking that it possibly was simply the fact that it was not in alignment with who they are and who the Most High called them to be. And because of that, they become more pessimistic. Pessimism turns into misery. And you know, one thing about misery is that it loves company. Or maybe it wasn't an opportunity. Maybe it was a relationship. Maybe it was a relationship because, again, we can all look back in our romantic history and see a person or people that we should have walked right past, or we should have never answered that phone call, or we should have blocked that number, but instead, we decided to engage. And in that engagement, whether that be communication or going on a date or exploring that person's energy, whether that be mentally, physically, emotionally, or sexually, right? We entered dynamics that were blaring red flags, that were not of the Most High, that were very much so in alignment with a darker energy. And in that, we got hurt. We got hurt really bad. Oh, yeah. Hearts broken, torn apart, spirits tarnished. The physical body took a toll. Financially, we were hit left and right. Yeah. We went through it with that person or those people. And some people take that as a lesson and they transform. And they understand what they did wrong in the past. They take accountability for the mistakes in which they made, the ways in which their blind spots have caused certain relationships and dynamics, how their vetting ability was not of standard for them to see that some relationships and dynamics were not the best for them. They take accountability. But some people, the hurt in which they receive from another, they decide to pass that on. They decide to pass it on with no care in the world. That hurt that they feel, yeah, they want to hurt you too. The star that was stolen from them, yeah, they want to take it too. The destiny that they were supposed to have, well, they think they were robbed. So now they need to rob you. When in reality, if they just take a step back and see the ways in which maybe it was them that made the mistake. Somewhere along the way. It was us that made the mistake somewhere along the way because of childhood, because of trauma, because of neglect, because of abuse, because of so many things. Yes, we have the capability of making mistakes and choosing wrong. Yeah. We have the capability of going in the wrong direction. Yeah. We have the capability of failing. Yeah. We have the capability of thinking that we are better than we are. Yes. We have the capability of embarrassing ourselves and humiliating ourselves. Yeah. We have the capability of losing a job, losing money. We have the capability of doing so many things. Yes, because we are human. We have a grandiose idea of who we think we are, called the ego. The figment of our imagination. It is something that we told ourselves that we are. So I tell myself that I am a doctor. Maybe that came someplace from my mom. I don't know. Who knows? But I am fixated on now becoming a doctor. And my ego is wrapped around becoming a doctor. But my soul is actually an astronaut. Not too far off, both very much so in the science fields, but rather than going with what my heart lights up about, what my eyes, my spirit lights up about, which is astrology, the stars, astronomy, all things NASA, rocket ships, all the things. This is a hypothetical situation, by the way. Rather than pursuing that stuff, I am so fixated on the idea that I am a doctor. And now I go to medical school and I fail. And I try to go to another medical school and I fail. And I try to go to another medical school and I fail. And rather than thinking that, hey, maybe this thing was just not for me, I think depression. I think anxiety, I think low self-esteem, I think low self-worth. And now I'm living in a space of misery. I'm living in a space and place of pride and shame and ego and embarrassment. Not because you actually failed. It was just not your purpose. It was just not for you. Let's go back to relationships. Maybe you met a person, you thought that they were the greatest thing in the world. Everything that you've ever wanted. But everything that you ever wanted was wrapped in trauma bonds, toxicity, karmic dynamics. And this person with a bad spirit and a bad mind and a bad appearance, because oftentimes it be the people that we think are so fine in the beginning. And then towards the end, we look at them and we say, oh no. What was I thinking? What was I thinking when I got into this relationship? What was I thinking? So now, rather than taking accountability for the fact that we just chose wrong, we now go into relationships and situationships and all kinds of things trying to use and abuse people, take from people. No bueno. No bueno. All because you loved a dusty, crusty woman with bad skin and no discipline. Or all because you may have loved a dusty and crusty man with bad skin, with odor, and no discipline. I mean, come on, guys. Come on. Let's not change our essence, our godliness, our core being, because someone decided that they wanted to hurt us. So then what, we turn around and hurt other people? No. 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 Until next time, everyone. Bye-bye.